You're doing a SPAC. Your SPAC is up about 160% since announcing. You're very of the moment in a number of ways. But why now? Why are we seeing so many of these companies come public via this structure at this moment?
Well, as you know, the EV or electric vehicle market is booming. There's a lot of new cars coming to the market, both in Europe and the US. EVBox Group is headquartered in Europe, which is a market that is a couple of years ahead of the American market when it comes to charging markets. And we are a technology company, asset light, partnering up with a lot of car makers. And we really have a software-led approach from a technology point of view. And we see the moment right to really enter also the US market right now, because all cars have one problem: they need to be charged, and we are offering solutions for all the different brands.
Well, let's talk about that entry into the US market. In Europe, obviously, you are the dominant player. How do you roll out here, where you already have a number of significant competitors, and presumably you're going to have to spend heavily just to catch up to that?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say so, because there's enough white space in the market for alternative players coming into the market. We offer, sophisticated solutions. We in Europe, we have built up a tremendous experience in the lessons learned that from Europe we'll bring into the US market. So, with our customized solutions, which are unique, the experience that we have built up in Europe fit for purpose, but also with our technology approach, we believe that we're on the right moment to enter the US market right now. And with the support of TPG, our SPAC partner, this is really a great moment to accelerate it.
But Kristof, on that, look, every company says obviously their technology is unique and that their experience of doing this is sort of greater than the next competitor. But what is really going to make the difference when you're coming into a new market like the US? How do you differentiate? How do you become the charging station of choice for the consumer?
Well, the software is a key differentiator. And we are offering flexible, customized solutions also for our customers. We don't wall guard the data. As I told you earlier, we really have the experience in Europe, which is a very fragmented and complex market where we had to adopt products for the European market. We offer our software platform in 21 languages, so everything has been already set up in that way. We also have a very close partnership with car makers. Car makers see us as a thought leader because of our engineering capabilities, but also we are, producing some of the solutions. So we have critical mass there, economy of scale, which gives us immediately a bigger penetration in a market segment. And that together with also the focus on the right segments. If you see the success that we have booked in parking garages or fleets, but also with the OEMs, is definitely a big plus to conquer and prevail this market.
Obviously, it's a private enterprise, but I'm interested how important the factor of government support is in this, and particularly government spending around the kind of infrastructure that this industry needs to prosper, and indeed government rhetoric around sort of the broader electric vehicle space.
Yeah, absolutely. What we see in Europe is that there is a tremendous tailwind from the government on the European level, but also on the country level. So since COVID-19, it has been even accelerated. In France, for example, this year, they're going to install up to 100,000 public charging stations. In Germany, they recently announced a new law, the Ladengesetz, to really invest very heavily in fast charging. So it's accelerating, and we are glad to see the same happening in North American and US new government, but also in local governments, local states that are really taking great initiatives to push this move towards sustainable mobility and transportation forward. And that is definitely going to help to accelerate the adoption in the industry. And what you see also is that big fleets are finally realizing the importance of ESG and really electrifying their fleets towards zero emission, and that's a very positive trend going on.
Obviously, the deal with TPG that is taking this company public was announced back in December, shortly after it became sort of clear to all, I suppose, that President Biden would indeed be the president. I'm interested, could you have done this, and would you have done this under the previous administration in terms of rolling out the business in the US?
Absolutely, yes, we would have done it because, we are a pan-European market leader in Europe, and for us, US is the next market that we want to conquer. And the fact that we were able to team up with TPG, they have a deep experience in the public markets. They have access to fantastic investors, but also they are helping to develop our business. They are helping to expand our US sales. So actually, I would say we have the best of both worlds. Partnering up with TPG and public markets, that is something that a normal traditional IPO cannot offer you.
Kristof, just to wrap on this, you're predicting $272 million of sales in 2022. How important is the successful rollout in the US to that forecast?
It is important, and actually with the acceleration that we recently see going on in the US market, we're also planning to invest even more in our US market growth and put more Salesforce people in the organization. We even believe that it's going to be accelerated and that we are going to be able to capture more business in the US than originally planned a half a year ago.